Hello, welcome to the weather update. Sorry I'm a little late tonight. I know it's like 11:30. It's just a lot going on. A lot of scary things going on, obviously, where I live. But anyway, looking at the weather right now, you can see, look at all these winds, strong winds all over the place. Very active storm. That we have a lot of storminess going on, and some really bitterly cold air moving into our area. And you can see all the colors on the map. If we go over here, you'll see we've got wind chill advisories in effect. To our north, we have these coastal flood watches in effect as well, and these storm warnings and gale warnings offshore, and in preparation of this big storm that we're going to have this weekend. Let's go look at some of the observations across the area right now. Now, today we just had a lot of clouds around. Here's the storm right here. We had some clouds and then some sun a little later on. More sun the further west you went. East end had some more clouds. But this is what the storm looks like on the satellite. Look at this huge coastal storm right here. Just getting lots of supercharged from all that warm, much warmer than normal water here offshore there. I think it's just getting supercharged there. That is the satellite right there of the storm. High resolution satellite. We can look at this satellite as well to show you the storm. Let's just change this. So right now we're mostly clear across the area with the cold air building in, but let's go and look at, I guess we could do northern Atlantic. Yeah, there's your storm right there. So there, let's take a look at this storm right there. It looks like it's heading right for Nova Scotia. Looks like Nova Scotia is getting hit very hard. We thought it would stay a little more offshore of Nova Scotia, but it looks like it's right on top of it. Let's just loop this a little longer. Let's do an 84 frame loop here, so I'll show you. You may have to go back a little more than that. No, we'll use an 84 frame loop on this one, so you get an idea. There you go. There's your storm right there. Look like it's heading right into Nova Scotia. Yep, that's heading right into Nova Scotia for sure. We thought it was going to stay a little more offshore, but apparently it's not staying offshore at all. So let's go to U.S. Atlantic coast view. So we got another view of the storm right here. So this is another view of it right here. Let me go to a longer loop. Let's go to a 120 frame loop, so you get an idea of how this thing evolved throughout the day here. Just loading it up. There you go. That is quite impressive. Quite impressive indeed. That thing really looks like it's walloping Nova Scotia right now. You can see all the blow-ups, too, of convection around. We're going to move this back to, we're going to go to 180 frames here. It's just going to make this even longer, but I really want to show you how this thing evolved. You can see all the convection blow-ups, especially as you get toward the evening. There you go, right there. So look at that right there, too. Very unusual to see that. To that kind of intensity, really, and you can see it just slamming Nova Scotia right there. Probably getting slammed right now. So let me go back to the observations here. So right now we're down to into the low 20s. Wind gusts are up there. We've had strong northerly winds all day, throughout the day. And if we look at our high temperatures we'll just I don't feel like going through all the high temperatures. We'll just go look at ice slip here on the 3-day to show you what has happened here. So what are you doing, John? So here's the 3-day, and you can see here that we got into the mid-40s today, 45 actually for a high. So despite the north winds, it wasn't all that cold until the evening. That's when the colder air built in. You could see that colder air coming in right there. So I actually got up to 46, believe it or not, at ice slip today. All right, which is pretty impressive. Again, above normal. I didn't think it was going to be above normal today. You can see this. We also have got these wind chill. Well, this blue actually. This blue color is that's interesting. It's a different color on there. Heavy freezing spray warning. That's right. Heavy freezing spray warning because of the Arctic air, these strong winds coming in. It's going to cause heavy freezing spray. And you can see here, this is, look at how cold it is. If we go upstate, let's go to Albany. You can find Albany at 7 degrees around Albany right now. Yeah, that's what's coming our way. It's coming right from the north too, so we're going to have some really cold air coming in tonight for sure. But let's go look at Nova Scotia, see what's going on right now in Nova Scotia, because this got some very strong winds here. Halifax, a 59-mile-an-hour wind gust at Halifax right now. Let's take a look and see how they were doing with their observations. So let's see. These wind gusts. So it looks like they've gotten thunder snow. Thunder snow. North wind at 37, gusting to 51 with thunder snow at Halifax. That's insane. That is insane. So that's what's going on. This storm is a monster of a storm, and I'm sure it's caused a lot of power outages with these wind gusts. I would not be surprised. Let's go to. Well, first we'll look at the power outage U.S. map and see if it's causing the outages in the Northeast, and it hasn't. Well, let's go to Scotia Power. If I could type, that would be nice. Let's go to outage map. So I usually have all this stuff lined up before I start, but I'm trying to. Nova Scotia Power. That's it. Let's see how many people are out of power, because I'm sure there's a lot. Yep. We have 35,000 people without power right now in Nova Scotia. And there are a lot of outages on this map again. So they've been really getting hit hard with lots and lots of power outages, lots of damage to the power system. Looks like large areas are without power once again. Could be damage to the transmission system as well. With such strong winds like that, who knows? Yeah, this is bad. It looks like it's most of the outages are on this part of the southern part of the island there. Of course, Halifax is right here. Looks like Halifax is okay. But outside of the city, there are a lot of outages all over the place. Not good, especially with the cold air coming in behind the storm. No power means no heat. All these places have no power. So, yeah, this is really, really bad. Absolutely insane. And that may be us on Monday. Really insane with these winds here. I'm going to see if we can get any more wind ratings here. Let's get some of these stations right on the water, like Bevan Island. Let's see. So wind gusts 50 miles an hour. There could be some 60-plus mile-an-hour wind gusts here. Oh, there's one. 94. Oh, my God. 94 miles an hour. Holy cow. That just came in. Look at this. 94 miles an hour at that station. There you go. 94. Look at that. There you go. 94. West-northwest wind at 94, gusting to 94. That is insane right there. Look at that right there. That is insane. So these kind of winds here, we don't know what the hell's going on over there, to be honest with you. We don't know. But that is absolutely crazy. That is absolutely crazy. It's just some of what we're dealing with here, with these winds here. Let me go to Ventus Sky, and I want to go over here. We're going to kind of visualize this storm here a little bit here, so you can see what's going on here. This just kind of visualizes the storm right here. So there's still maybe a little more. The worst winds may be yet to come in Halifax, and you're still dealing with more, even stronger winds. But that's some idea. Wind gusts possibly up to 100 miles an hour right there. Now I don't know. Let's see if we can get radar. Doesn't look like there's any heavy precipitation in that area right now. It seems like the heavier precipitation has moved on, but still, that is very, very impressive and very worrying. So let's go to the models now, and obviously there's your monster storm. Let's look at the eastern U.S. view here. Here's your monster storm. This is the 0Z GFS, and you can see it does keep the center offshore, but they're going to really get into those strong winds. And they probably got a lot of snow there, too, on top of it. We'll have to cover that tomorrow, I guess. But that low there moves away. This Arctic high builds in. And then here comes the next storm. And again, it may start as a little snow, and then it quickly pushes the cold air away. And then we get into some very strong LLJ action Monday morning. All right. So let's take a closer look at the models here as far as the storm goes. Let me go to the HRRR Should start showing up on this HRRR, hopefully. Obviously, we're dry tonight. Tomorrow, we're dealing with the cold. But here we go, Sunday. Yeah, this is not going to take us. You can see Sunday here. Now, the cold air may hang on a little bit just inland. So they may still wind up getting some snow over there, a decent amount of snow. But this is the best that the HRRR gives us right now. We'll use the HRRR just to take a look and see what the temperatures are going to be doing. So you can take a look at this frigid air coming in tonight. These are air temperatures, all right? So air temperatures are going to drop into the single digits perhaps by morning. The north of the city could be close to 0. And then tomorrow, we're going to struggle to make it out of the teens. I don't see us making it much out of the teens tomorrow. I think we're going to be mainly in the teens tomorrow. And then another very cold night, Saturday night. You can see I think we make it down. Everybody makes it down to around 5 degrees, 5 to 10 above. And in the Pine Barrens, I think you're going to go below 0. We're going to get that radiational cooling. And then for Sunday, we recover into the 20s, and then that flow comes in. But that marine air, maybe just felt along the coast. If you're inland, that cold air is going to hang on a little longer. And that's a concern that we may be seeing that cold air hang on a little longer, and that would prolong any frozen precipitation that would occur during that time. So we're going to move this back, and we will look at the dew points and wind flow right now. And you can see here right out of the north, Arctic air pouring into the area. This is very cold, very dry air. Dew points like -15, -20 is drier. So if there's any more fires, it's not going to be good. It's going to get out of control really quick with such low humidity in the air. Hardly any water in the air at all. Hardly any water vapor in the air at all whatsoever. Hardly any moisture. Those north winds will come northeasterly tomorrow night. And then by Sunday, we see more of an east to southeast flow developing, which brings it off the ocean, and that's why the temperatures will rise. Now, as far as the storm goes, if we want to actually look at that storm, we've got to go a little further, and I don't even think that NAM's going to take us any further. It's just the 0Z NAM, so let me go put this back in precip mode here. So this is the 0Z NAM, and the NAM shows some of that cold air damming that might happen inland. But I still think eventually most places change over to rain, and it's going to be heavy rain. Look at those feeder bands. Look at that purple there. There could be some very, very strong winds in those feeder bands there. I know I'm using the term feeder bands, but that's what it looks like to me. It's absolutely insane, this kind of storm. Absolutely insane. If we want a little more, I guess we could go to the NAM 12. That'll take us out a little more here. And you can see it pulls away and we dry out. But that rain is going to start probably after 8 o'clock Sunday night. It's moving a little faster. Now, if we look at the total amount of rainfall that we would get from this, we're going to get a decent amount of rain from it. I think everybody's going to see between 1 and 2 inches of rain. It's going to be a real soaker. And again, with those strong winds and saturated ground, there could be some power outages. I mean, you never know. Could be some power outages. Let's look at the dew points as well to show you the moisture that's going to be brought in here. So you can see, look at that tongue of very humid air coming in. That's warm air too coming in as well with those strong winds. There you go. So we get up to 50 perhaps after freezing our butts off. 72 hours later, it'll be 48 hours later after tomorrow night. It's going to be, let's say 48 hours, maybe like 36 hours. It's going to be a lot warmer very quickly. Very big temperature variation there. The other thing we can look at also is the winds, and this is a real concern here. So let's look at this because this is kind of scary. So here we are tomorrow. I'm at Sunday night. All right, we start feeling the wind probably after 8, 9 o'clock. The worst of the wind starts coming to the Jersey Shore around after midnight, and then we start getting into that in the morning hours. And NAM's a little slow with this, but look at that. Those are like 50-mile-an-hour winds coming in. That's going to cause some significant coastal flooding. And honestly, I think that, especially Channel 12, they are downplaying this coastal flooding threat. I think it's going to be pretty major. It passes, and then west winds. Now, like I said, with the conditions, I would say 50 to 100,000 people will probably lose power on Long Island with this storm here. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. So let's now go to the GFS, so we can look at this on the GFS here with the wind as well. This is 0Z GFS, so we can look at the storm here. GFS, really scary stuff here. Look at these wind speeds. This is absolutely insane. This is very intense. I wouldn't be surprised if we see wind gusts over perhaps 90 miles an hour, perhaps in certain isolated areas, but definitely 50 to 60 is a good bet. Sustained 30 to 40, this is going to really cause a lot of problems. That's quite what you call an LLJ right there. And if we just go to the 850 level here, which is what we're going to do next, let's go to the 850 wind. So this is the wind at 850 millibars. Look at this strong. This is what you call a low-level jet coming in right there. That's going to really just cream us. It's going to really cream us. We're going to really get nailed with a lot of wind. And this is going to be pretty intense for sure. Very intense. All right. And we're going to look at some other models, obviously windy.com and see windy.com. And we'll use Windy and Ventusky to look at some of these other interpretations of what's going to happen. And the main thing, though, is going to be cold right now in the short term. But let's see if we can actually get any decent skies, though, at least. Maybe we can get some skies in this bitterly cold air mass that we're going to have tomorrow. Now, the problem with tomorrow is we'll start off clear, but then we got to watch this cirrus coming in. And then that cirrus gets pushed down to the south Sunday night. And so we get a little clearing Sunday morning, but then the clouds kind of roll back in again on us. Now, this is the GFS, so it's a low-resolution cloud forecast. We'll go to the RGM, which is a higher resolution cloud. And these are 0Z models. Part of the reason why I wanted to get started late now. RGM seems to be pretty encouraging tomorrow, giving us at least clear skies till around noon. So we'll just see if that verifies if it's going to be bitterly cold, but if it's sunny, hey, we'll deal with it. Now Sunday, similar thing. We start off clear in the morning, but with that southeast winds, it's going to bring in some lower level clouds coming in. Lower and more mid-level cloud, and there's your storm right there. As far as the cloud height goes, let's just go back a little bit here. Let's look at that cloud height. I think these are high clouds that we're seeing here, if I'm not mistaken. So it doesn't tell us what the cloud height is. All right, I think I have to go to the NAM to see cloud height. So this is the NAM for tomorrow, and again, you can see it looks clear in the morning. It does look clear for a good, at least a part of the day, and then the clouds roll in. And then Sunday, we'll start off clear, and then the clouds roll in again, and that's ahead of the next storm system. So these clouds are just like clouds. I think they're high-level clouds that are basically going to be streaming in. Let's see. Actually, no, not really. Some high, but mostly it might be mid, actually. It's mid. So mid-level clouds then. Okay. But I think we're going to have a good deal of sunshine tomorrow. It looks like we should have a nice but very cold but nice day. And Sunday, again, looks like we start off with sunshine and see the clouds come in. Let's go look at some of the other models now. Okay, let's go to windy.com. And again, with this storm here, just a huge storm, obviously going to be a big problem for Nova Scotia. But let's get on to it. Now, this is the European model here showing us the storm. Let me just put this into the wind gusts mode so you can see what happens as the storm gets closer to us. So here we go. This is the European here at 4 a.m. And you can see, again, wind gusts to 51 miles an hour. But look at offshore. You have some of these gusts up to 91. So anywhere these thunderstorms or showers could develop could bring down those stronger winds. And here we are. You can see what's going on here. Look at this 83 mile an hour wind gust off this cell on the south shore. These are thunderstorms. Look at that, 96 miles an hour. So whenever there's a thunderstorm or any kind of convection, that would help bring some of that down to the surface, some of those winds at the 850 level down to the surface, and bring in some of these very strong wind gusts here. Look at that. That's very impressive and very worrying. All right, this is the European model. But again, if I go to rain thunder, you'll see, yep. It looks like you have some thunderstorms showing up on here. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if there's some thunderstorms with this as well. Can she show you thunderstorm threat? Yeah, there's some. And I think it's underestimating it, too, as well. Back to the wind gusts. And we're going to go now change this over to the GFS. GFS a little faster, but, again, really in a little lower resolution. But look at these wind gusts. That is very impressive. Let's go to the NAM as well. This shows the NAM as well, so you can kind of interpret some of the models here. This doesn't go as far on the NAM. Then there's the Icon model as well. Let's go back to the European model because I like using this for the waves, so you get an idea of what's going to happen with the water from this thing. All right, so here we are, midnight Sunday night, and you already have these waves coming in, and they're really, and it's only going to get worse. Look at this, 5 in the morning. We've got 15-foot waves, not that far off. We got 20-foot waves, and this is all going to slam into the South Shore. That's why I think that we're going to see some major inundation of a lot of the barrier islands. Samantha Witchery is like, oh, yeah, nothing. She may be getting the boat out or having to evacuate because I could see a lot of flooding happening in Long Beach with this type of situation, this type of setup here. And again, it's going to be the south-facing shores that are going to get the worst of it with that southeast wind there, just piling the water onto it. It's a long fetch, too, so it's really, and you can see, look at this. Look at the scale of this. And we were talking about this yesterday, but just look at this. This is incredible. And, of course, it's going to go into Nova Scotia as well, cause problems for them yet again. And, this is the first storm. So this is the first storm here that they're dealing with. And, again, this is really, look at some of these waves here, 32-foot waves. Absolutely incredible. This is midnight tonight. This is what they're going to be dealing with in Nova Scotia. Just incredible. Look at that, and it gets even worse. 38, 50 foot. I wouldn't be surprised if they're 50 foot around. I really hope there are no ships in this area because it is not going to be safe for any ship to be in the ocean in this area for sure tonight and to tomorrow. But hey, that's what's going on. So let's look at the Europeans forecast with the clouds tomorrow, so you can see what happens. In fact, we can go to the humidity. We like to use this to tell us how much cirrus there's going to be. So if we go up to 250, it'll show us what the air looks like aloft. This is 9 in the morning. So you see, we're starting off with dry air aloft, but I think by noon, actually, it don't look that bad. It honestly don't look that bad. We may have a nice day tomorrow as far as the skies go. It's just going to be really cold. That's all there is to it. So we'll have to see what happens. But looking at the satellite, oh, that's the other side. Let me go to this satellite here. Looking at this satellite, you can see plenty of clear sky over us, but we may see some of this cirrus working. Sometimes the models aren't too good with this, but it's bitterly cold out there, so I don't know if I want to even be out there because it's really going to be cold, 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 cold. Look at this hurricane force wind warning. This is from the first storm here that is hitting Nova Scotia right now. Absolutely insane. Let's see. We can just put Nova Scotia in here and see if there's any news coming out of there as far as no, nothing about the storm. Right, here's one powerful nor'easter. But the media is talking about something else that we can't complain about here. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Again, going to be very, very cold with that wind chill tomorrow. Let's go to that Ventus sky again. We'll just give you a graphic of the temperatures that we're going to be dealing with once the morning comes. So around 8 in the morning, we're going to be around 10 above, north winds, and the winds are still going to be kind of gusty too. Go to 11, that wind is still going to be breezy. That wind chill is going to make it feel like it's below zero. The temperatures are going to be here at 16. 16 above. I don't think we make it out of the teens tomorrow. I really don't think we make it out of the teens. And again, if we look at the clouds, let's go look at this. It does have plenty of clouds around. That's true. Let me back it up. At noon, it doesn't look like we have that many clouds. At 10, we just have a few clouds. We'll have to see. The models are all over the place with the cloud cover. And, we may not be certain on the cloud cover, but one thing is for certain, it's going to be very cold tomorrow. So stay warm and have a good night.